Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here this morning. We are rocking and rolling. This weekend I was able to take some time and I figured I'd just do a show this morning, do a starseed reading. I had lots of visions about this channel. Um Paper Crane Wishes, surprisingly enough, kind of came through full force over the weekend. Just like this like crazy hippified energy, which I love. I love hippified energies. So you're probably joining me and you're like, what's going on? Amy needs to do her starseed reading, which we totally are doing our starseed reading. 100%. Totally doing our starseed reading. And I don't know, I just got a lot of like connection to the universe I wanted to share on this channel. Don't know how to explain this connection to the universe, but we're going to be doing a starseed reading this morning, connecting you to your greatest of all potential self, including that which exceeds this planet, which is where it becomes incredibly scary, difficult to perceive, pioneering, multifaceted. Oh, we missed you Friday. I'm so sorry. I hate sometimes your spirit calls, right? And that's kind of like the organic nature of the art I create, which I consider my YouTubing. You can, agree to disagree and however you feel about art and life, but streaming is a way that I have learned to express myself in a healthy way through card readings, through my UFO show, through all the things that I do. And so through that, you don't want to create like soulless art. You have to go into nature and feel source. And once I feel source, it comes through very, very, very intensely. And it came through very intensely this weekend, which is why I couldn't do my show, which is why I got immediately on here to do a show. Samo says, you were chilling on X, LOL. You can always find me on X at Good Morning UFO. We're almost at 10,000 followers, believe it or not. Impressive. A little knockety knock onto the UFO world. But that's an addiction I'm dealing with. So many addictions I'm trying to get rid of. Alcohol is gone. That addiction's gone. There's others that I'm working on that we all have to work on. Twitter being one of my addictions that I'm trying to free myself from, which is part of the reason of going deep down into nature, into the woods, so far away that the internet wasn't working. So that was really good. That's good for me. I'm addicted to the internet and AI. Very, 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 very plugged into the circuit. So I like circuit. Okay. I just got plugged into the circuit, and then like with the AI, it's like I'm going light speed. And then like the children are saying fire looks like AI, and I just have to get into the desert to remember things that are real. So that's what I did this weekend. And it inspired me on a holistic level. And I realized like the crux of my art really comes down to like colorful, exciting, mystic, magical. Sama says, gorgeous ring, by the way. Why, thank you. This was my mother's, as well as the earrings. Decided to come on full turquoise today as my full New Mexican self. Yeah. Especially doing a reading. I saged the cards as we move into this. The cards have been saged. We're healthy in that way. How many people are joining us from across the internet? 5 people on Good Morning UFO or Paper Crane Wishes. Welcome. 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 It's important to grow creatively. It's important to grow creatively and to give yourself that space to grow. All right, this crystal wields quite a bit of power. So I guess we'll use this one. Most definitely. There's one to look at. There's one to use. Take a deep breath. Okay. Quite some images that came to me. So let me get started on a deck. The first one that calls out to me is the Prism Oracle. Okay, here's our Prism Oracle deck. Oh, here's our Prism Oracle deck, one of my favorites. Okay, and as we open up the bottom of the deck, the first thing that I see on the bottom is rest. This could be an indication that you need to rest, that you need to feel calming, that you need to gather yourself for deep, sensual, cellular healing that is sure to restore you so that you can follow on your greatest life mission. Rest will help you reach your greatest life mission. Spirit, give us peace, give us light, give us love, protect us with a pink, protect us with a green, protect us with a purple energy, give us and all living entities peace, love, hope, harmony, humility, abundance, kindness, love, protection, healing, health, protection, but more than anything, love. Spirit, what do starseeds need to know? What do Earth's children need to know? Okay, a couple different energies. Woo. Okay. So the energies that I'm picking up right now are very, very kind of tense, okay? But for every tense card, there is a clarifying card. And so these two did come out together, which helps us get a better understanding as to what we're going into. Okay, so we got two kind of conflicting cards. First, you got trust, right? Trust is the centered idea of the universe that makes everything kind of follow through. Trust. Okay, but at the same time, there's been some anger. Intense, right? There's been some anger associated with this trust. Maybe it's the trust that you hope the universe will follow through. Maybe it's the trust that you want things to go the way you want them to. Maybe it's the trust, something about losing trust. I'm not going to say. I don't read into romantic relationships. I don't. I usually read into like your whole life path. I'm on. Welcome. Hi. I'm watching from New Zealand. Please like, subscribe. Thank you for joining us from New Zealand. We are doing a reading here from New Mexico, which is why I'm covered in my turquoise. But something was lost, either trust in an organization, trust in a person, trust in a idea, trust in yourself, trust. Some sort of, you're angry because some sort of trust has been lost in the past, but this is something you can let go of, is what they're saying. This is what I'm getting. The message from Spirit is this is something you can let go of. And you need to honestly stop. Stop with the emotional things that are toxically holding you back. Literally just stop. It's over. It's done. That's what I'm getting. It's over. It's done. You don't need to be angry anymore about not trusting these organizations and institutions. Interesting. Okay, so really that the card we got there was trust in a lot of ways. Okay, so we're starting out that. Next, I'm going to get a little bit more star oriented so we can think beyond our greatest selves, which is really what starseed readings do, is when you can think beyond your greatest self, beyond your human self is really what a lot of starseed readings truly become about after a while. So the next deck that I'm going to be using is my the Starseed deck by Nari Anastasia. So this is a beautiful deck with all sorts of beautiful cards. I love it. So pretty, so amazing, beautiful. Spirit, what do starseeds need to know about trust? What do starseeds need to know about trust? That one is just there. Reflection. See all aspects of yourself through reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. So look at the people around you. Look at the people around you. Look at who you are most like in your life. But let's think beyond this. I tend to care about earthly relationships to a degree, but should you really count, like, I don't know, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You're welcome to find people in your life that you feel like reflect you and reflect your hidden self, because that is going to tell you more about you. But what I want us to think about as we reflect on who we are, how we became who we are, how we develop trust, you have to think about the crystalline grids. This is where this trust and reflection's coming from. Whatever crystalline grid that you're on circuitry, and this is why I start out like the circuitry, whatever crystalline grid you're on, if you have to trust that crystalline grid for it to run healthy and to run fast. That's interesting. I'm going to repeat that. You have to trust that crystalline grid in order to move healthy and in order to move fast. If you have lost trust in that crystalline grid, how much further down that crystalline grid do you want to go? Do you want to take a pure track, or do you want to take an unhealthy track on a crystalline grid? A healthy one that you trust, you must use crystalline grids that you trust. Very important. Number 9 might be some sort of significance. Intense stuff here. Quite the message is coming out. What else is calling me? Very star driven today, probably because I haven't done the UFO show in a while. So I'm feeling all the star cards, all the scar cards. Don't let anything break your spirit. Yes, Samo. That's right, my friend. Don't let anything break your spirit. Thanks for joining us again, joining me. Spirit, what do we need to know about staying pure and healthy on these crystalline grids, right, Samo? Pure and healthy on these crystalline grids. What do we need to know? Pure and healthy on these crystalline grids. Pure and healthy on these crystalline grids. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah. And so what comes out is a really beautiful message that's just kind of shown through for me pretty intensely. And then I'm just putting my ducks away. Oh my gosh, it's playing the olden day music. Weird. Sorry, my computer just started playing first floor audio for me and I got all confused. So what message do you need to be on these crystalline grids that we've been talking about? And at the end of it, if you are on a healthy, happy, crystalline grid, like a track on a train that's just rushing you through energetic vibrations to everyone that you meet and encounter and love and send good vibes to and take vibes and control vibes and become an alchemist in the world. When you find the pure light grid, stay on it, because this is how you sparkle and shine. Acknowledge what grid you are on. You can change that grid. Just because you can't change that environment does not mean you cannot change that grid, because you might be stuck in a situation because of environmental reasons, reasons that are outside of your control. But you have the capacity to change which track of your crystalline grid, what energetic level you decide to put in. You have that magical power and psychic energy inside of you that can put you on a pure track of a crystal grid. And if you can be on a and if you can be on a pure path of crystal grid, it'll help you sparkle and shine and to live your divine human child starseed life mission. You only have one life to lead your starseed mission, your human mission. And this is it. And you don't have to go anywhere to jump a crystalline grid network. You can jump that grid here and go immediately there right now. That power is within us all. Huge reading. Took a lot out of me a little bit, but I feel like I was able to take my time. We had saged the room before. And I just want to let you all know that I'm currently working on something very exciting, mostly because I'm older and now I can see how to execute really cool, awesome business ideas that can come from a bunch of sources. Because if I am going to invest my time and energy, I think I've proven to a lot of people who follow me on my various content that I'm going to put energy into it. If I'm going to execute things, sometimes I try things and sometimes they don't work out. I've tried lots of things that have not worked out. But, the UFO show actually did work out for me. It did work out in the end. It's a cool little show I jump on and I hang out with. So ideas do go there, grows, and ideas can grow and be really beautiful. So now that I'm doing more starseed readings, I really enjoy starseed readings. It's opening up my heart space in a way that needs to be rejuvenated. There's always a part of me that's like, I need to be on the top of a forest or something. Like, I need to go feel earth source energy every single day of my life. Look, I feel it in my heart so intensely. I hold my crystal to me. Um, and this is the venue to do it. It's all about healing for me. Lots of healing every single day. Heal, 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 heal. It's usually my mantra. Heal, 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 heal. Every day is my mantra. Heal, 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 heal. Heal, heal, heal. And I do think a lot of heart stuff can be, heart stuff can be difficult. So heal, 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 heal. That being said, I'm working on lots of ideas, like lots of you guys know I have lots of ideas. There's a book I'm working on currently because I like to update you guys too on what I'm doing on this channel. There's a book. It's called Girl Who Rises Suns. I don't know if I do a book or a AI movie. I think I'm gonna switch gears and do an AI movie, and do it anime style, because a lot of my AI art friends on the internet are doing like anime style stuff, and I think I got something good. I think I got something real good in store for the future for sure. So we have the book movie. Fuck it. Oh, so sorry. It's supposed to be my good channel where you see nothing but how good I am and what a good little girl I am. So you didn't hear me say that. But yeah, so I did have a novel I was working on 10 years in the making, multiple different drafts. And then I got a hold of AI and I started like talking with it, right? And being like, what do you think about this idea? Could we adjust this scene? How can we do that? Can you run through this? And really help me create a world that Arila lives on, the name of the main character. But as I see how people take in information, and this is interesting to me because a lot of people will make fun of my YouTubing and my little card shows and my little alien shows or whatever. But the reality is, at the end of the day, a lot of the time these videos get more attention than a lot of public in-person events that people can just pop up at, right? Like, the power's there in just the sheer amount of numbers, even if it is only 500 people watch it. That's 500 people. That's still a tremendous amount of people. Um, so there's that. There's that. And as I move forward and I work on not only the healing of myself, but the healing of everybody who watches Paper Crane Wishes channel, whatever it is, show, whatever. Because I'm moving into all sorts of different things. So we're about to launch a business, multiple businesses, multiple businesses. I am a business woman. That's what I do. That is what I was created to do. That is who I was raised by. That is who I've become as a businesswoman. Hello. Business, business, business. But lots of interesting things. We've got a free movie coming out that I'm going to be creating with AI, anime themed, of course. Anime themed Sailor Moon. Maybe I'll make it even Sailor Moon-esque. Holy camole, this is coming together perfectly. So that's going to be coming out. That's probably going to be a 2-hour movie that's posted here on YouTube, but give myself a year and a half. I have done documentaries in the past. So like I did a documentary on all of the interviews. I did over a 3-year period on UFOs, and I interviewed people who had seen the Tic Tac. I had interviewed tons of people. So Arila, the movie, and I like it because when I was writing it, I was like, why would I do this if I could eventually just make this all an AI movie, which is where we're at right now. I have this story I've been working for years of a girl who rises suns. She's on an alien planet. And it's just a phenomenal story. And I try to take in the extraterrestrial narrative and all the things I've learned about it. I bring that in to the story of Arila, and like she's actually a light being and was abducted at a late age. Her mom was abducted. But when you're reading the book, they have no idea what abductions are. They have no idea what any of these things are. They're just, a tribal community living on an alien planet far, far, far away. And they are humans. They are a human being, right? This is where the story gets very interesting. And it's just a phenomenal story that I've created. And I have felt like the characters been present around me, like all sorts of different things. Okay. Look at this. Cheap viewers on streamboo.com. Remove them. No, I don't need fake viewers. The last thing I need in this world is anything fake with everything in AI. But AI is beautiful. It's going to help us make our Japanimation. My alien Japanimation. Other things I have going is we're launching a wedding business. Not a wedding business, but a event rental company. I'll be launching that soon in Albuquerque. We're basically, and then also the final business idea, lots of business ideas, and I tend to execute. The final business idea that I want to let everybody know is I'm going to get into making essential oil sprays. I know, strange, okay? But my crystal friends will understand this. I'm going to create a rose spray with rose quartz in it. That's also going to have, I don't know, something else cool. And it's going to be like a really cool bottle that's decorated, maybe with 24 karat, like a little bit of sprinkles in there. Something that looks beautiful. And then I'm also going to create a sage spray that has like maybe like an obsidian that always tends to suck out like bad energy. I'm going to do that. Yeah. And so those are going to be 2 sprays that I sell here through Amazon, though, because like this is cool. Number one, I like doing card readings. So I can like, peddle my little hippie product. Why not? I have a platform in some regard to do that. Just peddle it slightly. This is the internet. TikTok shops. I'm not going there, but all you guys would see was like a link. And maybe I would put it on TikTok. I don't know, whatever. The sprays. Right. But those sprays have helped me. The essential oils and aromatherapy have helped me. This is part of the healing journey. And I also started doing a lot of teas. So right now I have a tea in here, and I'm going to push back the alien show. They're gonna probably get pissed. They won't get mad. They're so cool. Oh, wait, I needed that though. Um, back the alien. How does the voice sound? How do we sound? How does the audio or through the Shure microphone? Audio sounds good, Samo. Let me know. I also started drinking a ton of tea, going outside, using essential oils that have been infused with the power of crystals. Mm, oh god, it's delicious and it's helping me out. So who knows? Maybe I'll make teas. Things that are healing me, I want them to heal you. I want us to heal in this very toxic, very scary, very awful world we need to be light warriors of white light. That is what we need to be. Cleansing home sprays also available. That's what I'm saying. The sprays are awesome. And maybe we'll peddle them a little bit on the UFO show. Yes, sound is fine. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us on our hippy dippy journey. There'll be more. We do this portrait for these shows because we're always testing to see if it actually brings in more people. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. If you're not a UFO person and you randomly found yourself here, please say hi. We are just testing the algorithm. So. All right. Thanks so much for joining. Next time, I don't know the next time I'll do another one of these, but just like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I love going live, and sometimes I can only go when my little heart says, Amy, it's time to go to the show. All right, guys, you take care. Love you. I'll see you, Samo, at the next one. Everybody, please join us over at the next show. All right.